Good evening. First, I would like to thank you for watching this presentation. Today, we will explore my journey to the MPA program and how I understand the core competencies of the program. I was born on February 14th, 1993. The older sibling to one, it often felt like I had three, but my ability to lead and manage was tested early on. Since I was young, I participated in a lot of community work. I've been engaged in volunteering with the church and helping to organize food drives and other activities. I have found that a lot of this work was done kind of based on the passions and the things that inspired those who were in charge of me. And so when I got to college, I started to do a lot of community work that excited me, things that I wanted to participate in. I helped start a concierge service at Coastal Carolina that helped to make the university experience better, bringing everyone together as one. I was a volunteer for minority first-year students and also middle school students in the area, and I also volunteered with Backpack Buddies. All of these things helped to kind of shape me into who I was and really were the things that inspired me and kept me going. And so I know that continuing to work with the community was what I needed to do. And so around this time is when I found myself working with community action for my internship. I was working with Waccamaw EOC, and I finished or completed their annual report. This annual report really spoke to the community, and I found myself at a deficit, and it was the first time I realized that I may not have all the skills to properly assist. So as I started working with Palmetto CAP, another community action agency, the core of everything is community relations and participation. So I found that while I had the passion, there was some more guidance needed to develop my skills so that I could properly lead and serve in the community. So as I found this happening, I started to do some research to figure out how I could develop my skills and make sure that I was even better for the community I served. And that is how I found the MPA program at the College of Charleston. Understanding the competencies and how this program has shaped me as a leader has really showed me what I need to do moving forward. And so the first competency is to lead and manage in the public interest. And as a public administrator, I know that we have to work to, of course, serve and not steer. We have to make sure that we're being a good steward of the resources, along with understanding the value of all people. By understanding everyone, we'll be able to work with the community and use our leadership style to our advantage while we are working with the community to keep everyone together and make sure we can move forward. So the second competency is to contribute and participate in the policy process. I was able to develop an understanding of how to analyze community problems and use policy and the democratic systems to help identify how to solve those problems properly, to help remove barriers from participation, working with groups like Results after being emphasized or taught the importance of policy. Understanding these institutions really help move forward and speak to how communities can be funded. The third competency is to analyze and synthesize, think critically, solve problems, and make evidence-informed decisions in a complex and dynamic environment. As a public administrator, it means being curious and always using what we found to help advance programming and community decisions. It means using that evidence we found to develop the solutions. And so the fourth competency is to articulate, apply, and advance the public service perspective. This competency means effectively making sure that our agencies work together to help create and encourage co-creation, working together to promote the values and identify what is in our community and that everyone is involved, helping to make sure that our community is together and moving forward. And so the final competency is to communicate and interact productively and in culturally responsive ways with a diverse and changing workforce. This to me just means remembering that there are barriers in the system and ensuring that the bias that there isn't in any of the systems that we establish. It's making sure that we're open, that we remain cognizant of everyone at the table, and that our services and programs are able to be reached by them. What I've learned from this program will truly help me as I move forward as a public administrator, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity to learn and expand my knowledge as a leader.